नमस्कार दोस्तों, स्वागत है आपका के न्यूज़ 24/7 में। तो चलिए देखते हैं आज की हेडलाइंस। मुंबई न्यूज़ लाइव अपडेट्स। अहेड ऑफ लोक सभा पोल्स, बीजेपी शिंदे, सेना एंड अजित पवार NCP announced joint rallies on January 14. The Bharatiya Janata Party BJP Eknath Shinde led Shiv Sena and Ajit Pawar NCP group kick-started its campaign for the upcoming Lok Sabha polls by announcing joint rallies in all districts in January 14 in a bid to bring workers of all three parties together. Moreover, all three leaders, Fadnavis, Shinde and Pawar, accepted that the decision of the central leadership in terms of seat sharing will be accepted. Meanwhile, the strike by truck drivers against the new hit and run law in the Bharatya Sanhita (BNS) hit normal life in the city on Tuesday, with vehicles making beelines at fuel stations as motorists restored to panic buying of petrol and diesel. To resolve the impasse, Chief Minister Eknath Shinde directed all district collectors to hold meetings with the striking drivers. On the other hand, the opposition parties in the state came out in support of the strike and condemned the new law governing hit and run case as one without research and discussion with stakeholders. SC notice to Center 11 states on PIL alleging caste-based discrimination in jails. A bench comprising Chief Justice D.Y. Chandrachud and Justice J.B. Pardiwala and Manoj Mishra took note of Senior Advocate 5 S. Muralidhar's submission that the jail manuals of these 11 states discriminate in allocation of work inside their prison, and caste determines the place where inmates are lodged. Certain denotified tribes and habitual offenders are treated differently and discriminated against, the senior lawyer said. The court asked Muralidhar to compile jail manuals from the state and listed the plea for hearing after 4 weeks. Issuing notices to the Union Ministry of Home Affairs and others, the bench asked Solicitor General Tushar Mehta to assist the court in dealing with the issues raised in the PIL filed by Sukanya Sanatha, a native of Kalyan in Maharashtra. The petitioner stated that caste-based discrimination is there in barricades to the manual labor which is allotted, and such discrimination among denotified tribes and habitual offenders. The plea seeks repeal of offending provisions in state prison manuals. Issue notice to the union and the state government, the court ordered. Madhya Pradesh. Namibian cheetah Asha gives birth to 3 cubs at Kuno National Park. The new year began with good news for Kuno National Park in Madhya Pradesh as the Namibian cheetah Asha gave birth to the 3 cubs on Wednesday. All 3 cubs are reported to the healthy. Union Forest Minister Bhupendra Yadav shared a video on his social media account expressing his happiness on the birth of the cubs at KNP. He said their birth was a sign of success of India's ambitious project Cheetah, introduced in MP on September 17, 2022. Vladimir Putin says Iran blast shocking incredibly and cynicism. Russian President Vladimir Putin on Wednesday expressed his condolences over twin blasts that killed at least 103 people in Iran near the grave of the Islam General Qasem Soleimani. The killing of peaceful people visiting the cemetery is shocking in its cruelty and cynicism, Putin said in a letter to Iran President Ibrahim Raisi and Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. The European Union demanded on Wednesday that the perpetrators of twin blasts that killed at least 103 people in a crowd gathered to mark the killing of General Qasem Soleimani be brought to justice. The EU condemns in the strongest terms today bombing in the city of Kerman in Iran. The EU expressed its solidarity with the Iranian people. This act of terror has exacted a shocking toll of civilians, death and injuries, an EU Foreign Affairs spokesperson said in a statement. Japan earthquake toll rises to 62. Rescuers battle after shock, poor weather. The toll due to a series of powerful earthquakes in Japan including one with a magnitude of 7.5, is now rising to 62. NHK World reported, citing officials from the hard-hit Ishikawa prefecture. Most of the fatalities have been confirmed in Wajima and Suzu on the Noto Peninsula. Over 20 people are reported to be seriously injured as authorities seek to confirm how many people remain missing. According to Bloomberg, many are feared trapped under collapsed houses. The earthquake jolted the Noto Peninsula in the central prefecture of Ishikawa on Monday, causing buildings to collapse and tsunami warnings to be sent as far away as eastern Russia. According to the country's meteorological office, a total of 155 earthquakes were reported on that day in the country. On Tuesday, rescuers battled after shock and poor weather to comb through rubble. The Japanese Meteorological Agency has warned of heavy rainfall in Noto. Be on the lookout for landslide until the evening on Wednesday, the agency said, according to AFP. The rescue and relief mission also suffered a devastating blow on Tuesday after an aircraft packed with emergency supplies caught fire after a runway collision at Haneda Airport. 5 Coast Guard crew members were killed in the incident. On Tuesday night, Japan's Prime Minister Fumio Kishida reiterated that it's a race against time given how many people may have been caught in the collapsed building, according to NHK. Kishida government will also hold a meeting of an emergency task force on Wednesday morning to discuss relief and rescue operations. World news in brief. Food aid relief for Rohingya. 5 new Security Council members jailing of Russian poets draw rebuke from rights expert. The entire Rohingya population from Myanmar will benefit, according to the UN agency, which increased the value of its monthly food voucher from $8 to $10 per person on January 1. Until early last year, vouchers were worth $12, but WFP was forced to reduce their value in March to $10 because of funding gaps. A further reduction to $8 was implemented in June. Last year was marked by a sharp rise in the number of refugees struggling to eat a decent meal to 9 in 10 by last November. WFP thanked donors for their support and said that it will also gradually begin distribution of fortified rice to the Rohingya population, starting in 1 or 2 camps and eventually extending to all camps in Cox's Bazar complex and in Bhashan Char Island. The year 2023 has been a tumultuous one of the Rohingya in Bangladesh who lived through multiple fire outbreaks, cyclone, and for the first time ration cut, said Dom Scalpel, WFP country director in Bangladesh. Odisha Congress prepares 3 routes for Rahul Gandhi's state. The Congress Odisha unit has prepared 3 routes for senior party leader Rahul Gandhi led Bharat Nyaya Yatra that is expected to pass through the state. State Congress President Sharad Patnaik said the 3 proposed routes would be put before the AICC, which would finalize one considering time, geography and security. Patnaik was speaking to reporters before travelling to Delhi to attend the All India Congress Committee meeting to discuss strategies for the Lok Sabha elections and the assembly polls in Odisha, which usually coincide beside the Bharat Nyaya Yatra. Odisha BJP unit demands CBI probe into BHP leader Saraswati murder case. Opposition BJP on Wednesday asked the Odisha government to make the Judicial Commission reports on the murder of BHP leader Swami Lakshmananda Saraswati public and hand over the case to the CBI for a detailed proof. The demand was made by senior BJP lawmaker and leader of opposition Jai Narayan Mishra at a press conference here. The opposition party demanded came a day after the Odisha High Court issued a notice to the state government to file a country affidavit by March 5 on a petition seeking a CBI probe into the killing of Saraswati and 4 of his disciples in 2008. Welcoming the High Court notice, Mishra said 3 judicial commissions have proved the Saraswati Mother case. However, the state government did not make this report public for some unknown reasons. Might be shield the culprits. Dense fog alert continues as cold wave is in Odisha. Rain forecast for 2 days. Amid the abatement of cold wave in Odisha, when the night temperature is expected to remain 2 to 3 degrees Celsius above normal, the Indian Meteorological Department on Wednesday issued yellow warning of dense fog for several districts of Odisha during next 3 days. Dense fog may occur at 1 or 2 places in Sundargarh, Deogarh, Jharsuguda, Malkangiri, Koraput, Kandhamal, Nabarangpur, Khordha, Cuttack, Nayagad, Ganjam, Gajapati, Puri, Dhenkanal, Sonpur and Sambalpur districts. Shallow to moderate fog is also likely at a few places in south coast Odisha, Sundargarh, Deogarh, Sambalpur, Sonpur, Bolangir, Bargarh, Kalahandi, Kandhamal, Malkangiri, Koraput, Rayagada, Nabarangpur and at 1 or 2 places in remaining parts of the state. ऐसे और न्यूज़ को जानने के लिए जुड़े रहिए के न्यूज़ 24/7 के साथ.